so it begins. The how to even word this? All right, Mackenzie Blackwood, the reigning goaltender for the last 6 or 7 seasons for the New Jersey Devils, has officially been traded off of the team and is heading to San Jose in return for a 6th round pick. Now, for many of you who know, maybe for those who don't know, Mackenzie Blackwood has been with the team for about 6 or 7 years. He has played. He started out his career with the Devils. We picked him up in the second round of his draft year, and for the first 2-3 years or so, he's been all right. He's been that light just flickered. It flickered again. He played decently well in the first couple of years, and many in the New Jersey fan base, like myself, were hoping that he would sort of become the next Martin Brodeur, which, looking back, is silly, because how do you compare a guy to the second coming of Christ? You can't, because Brodeur was something special, something we may not ever see again. So, Mackenzie Blackwood comes onto the team, and he plays decently well in his first 2 or 3 years. He gets some injuries, he gets hurt, he takes some time off, and ever since that first or second injury, his play has sort of gone downhill. So, Tom Fitzgerald, the GM of New Jersey, has decided that he is going to trade away Blackwood to San Jose, which is a good idea. Mackenzie Blackwood did what he could for the team. He was with it in some of the worst years New Jersey's had. He stuck with this team. He never asked to be traded once that we know of. And he stuck by the team. And it sort of sucks that he's gone. I'm not gonna lie. When the trade came in, I got a little upset because I liked Blackwood. I did. To be clear, on a business end, this was a really good idea. You can't have Vanacek and Blackwood and Schmid and possibly Hellebuck. It's not going to work. So they had to get rid of Blackwood, and I was a little bit upset. The same way that I got upset when they traded Zajac away and they traded Parise away. And this is a guy who took a lot of shit from the fan base. Some might argue it was due. Some might argue it was justified. But this guy took a lot of shit. And don't not get me wrong, I've criticized the guy, fair enough, in this season where he didn't play well. But I liked Blackwood as a guy. He kind of came in when the franchise was not doing franchise. When the team was not... franchise works. That's a fine word to say. When this franchise wasn't doing very well, he came in, he gave it his best effort, and things, they just didn't pan out. So I am sad to see Blackwood go. Again, in terms of a business deal, this is good on Tom Fitzgerald. Do I wish he had gotten something a little bit better than a 6th round pick? Maybe. I would have preferred maybe a 4th round. Maybe you throw in a 6th and you get a 3rd or maybe a 3rd round, but there's no indicator that Blackwood's going to get any better. Maybe he has a bounce back year with San Jose. We don't know. On San Jose end, this is a really good idea. James Reimer has said that he does not want to re-sign with San Jose. So San Jose, again, being in the middle of a rebuild or the beginning of a rebuild. Erik Karlsson, their best defenseman on San Jose, just won the Norris Trophy, which is, for those who don't know, the award that's given to the best defender in the league for that particular year. So they still have Erik Karlsson on their roster. They're starting to rebuild. They just brought in, Patrick Marleau, I think it was, to help run the organization behind the scenes. So they're going through a little bit of rebuild. And Mackenzie Blackwood, as a goaltender, is not a bad idea. Right? You bring him in, maybe give him, 2 or 3 years to kind of prove, maybe give him a 2-year contract, maybe a 1-year contract, right? See how he does. Maybe he bounces back. Maybe he doesn't, and you trade him away again, or you just don't re-sign him. It's totally up to them. San Jose, I think, gets out of this a lot more than New Jersey does, but in terms of what Jersey was expecting to get in return, I don't know what we kind of were looking for besides a 6th-rounder. Again, I would have preferred at absolute best probably a 4th-round pick, but 6th round works too. You get Blackwood off of your books, and you kind of go from there, right? So, that's that. That's everything on the Blackwood news. I didn't really want to go into too much on that, even though that is kind of the main crux of the video. Like I said, sucks to see him go. I liked Blackwood. I enjoyed his first couple of years in the league. It's definitely been taken over by people like Schmid, people like Vanacek, people like even Dawes. I think was doing better at some points than Blackwood. But that's neither here nor there. I wish good luck to Mackenzie Blackwood. I hope he has a great rest of his career. I hope that he gets a nice little bounce back with a new team, fresh start. 2 thumbs up for Mackenzie Blackwood. I really, really hope his career goes well. I will be watching his career with great interest, for those who understand that reference. And, yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say on the Blackwood thing, Blackwood topic. The second thing I wanted to talk about really quickly was, again, it's going to be a little bit of a shorter video, is, what's his face? The Chicago deal. Oh, why can't I remember this? Oh, why can't I remember this? He was going to Chicago. Taylor Hall, ex-Devil goes to Chicago Blackhawks. I'm going to say it. Boston got fleeced, okay? They gave up Taylor Hall and one other guy for 2, what were they, 3rd, 4th line guys? I'm sorry. Chicago makes like gangbusters on this deal. Taylor Hall, for those you don't know, used to play for New Jersey. He played for New Jersey, then he played for Edmonton for a very, 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 very long time. Then got traded to New Jersey. Won the Hart Trophy, which again, for those of you who don't know, is the award given to the best player in the NHL on that given year. Taylor Hall, only New Jersey Devil to ever win the award. Taylor Hall goes to Chicago. Great pickup for Chicago. He can play your 2nd or your 3rd line. Maybe you want to test him with Bedard when Bedard comes around, right? They're kind of trying to find holes for guys like Patrick Kane, who's now in New York, guys like Jonathan Toews, which Chicago has said they have no interest in re-signing. We may have seen Jonathan Toews' last game as a Chicago Blackhawk at the end of the last season. So they bring in Taylor Hall, which I think is a really good pickup for Chicago, and it really drives that Chicago market alongside Bedard, which I think is going to be a good time. Taylor Hall might even get first line minutes. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, that's big news as well. Now I remember what I want to talk about. NHL awards happened last night before. Can we all agree that this is where I'm going to start getting screamy Devil's Den, okay? Can someone explain to me how Lindy Ruff did not get the Jack Adams Best Coach of the Year award? Can you explain this to me, please? It goes to Boston, and I get it. Boston had a record-setting year. I understand. But the Jack Adams Award is supposed to go to the coach with the most improved team. I'm going to say it, there is not a better improved team than the New Jersey Devils this year. Lindy Ruff was robbed of the Jack Adams. And if you think otherwise, you're wrong. I'm sorry. You're just incorrect. Okay? The Boston coach did not deserve the Jack Adams Award, okay? For 3 reasons. 1, Boston was already a good team under, who was it last year? Bruce Cassidy? Or 2 years ago? They were already a good team with already good expectations going into the season. No one gave a rat's ass about New Jersey at the end of last year. Everyone thought, bottom team, wasn't making the playoffs, no shot they do well, right? They do good off signings, still no one cared, right? And New Jersey comes out of nowhere as one of the best. They sat in the top 5 of the league, top 3 in the league for nearly the entire year. Okay? I don't get it. Number two. Lindy Ruff, if you want to take away the Devils team, right? Take them out of this and just look at the Boston coach versus Lindy Ruff. At the beginning of this year, we were all chanting, "You suck, Lindy." And what were we saying? Like 10 games into the year? We're sorry, Lindy. This man, single-handedly, this is Lindy Ruff, okay? This is the world. Single-handedly made the world turn on its axis. That is the impact that Ruff had on this team, okay? That's reason number 2. And reason number 3 for why Lindy Ruff should have been given the Jack Adams Award. He friggin' deserved it, okay? I don't know what you want me to say. This guy went from his own fans hating him, from the league thinking that he wasn't going to do anything, to a bottom-feeding, decrepit, feebling along to the end of the season New Jersey Devils team, into one of the most competitive, most successful Devils team in, I would argue, like almost 20 years. Franchise-setting numbers. Doesn't win the Jack Adams. Whew. Man, I'm so glad YouTube has a terms of service, or I would be saying certain things that you can't say on YouTube. Fleeced. Absolutely robbed. You know, and I'll say right now, to Boston fans that maybe are listening, I'll say right now, you guys had one of the greatest seasons in NHL history. But your coach does not deserve that award. Okay? I was fine with Hischier and Hughes not winning the Lady Byng and, what was it? And the other award that they were up to. I was okay with that. Everyone knew Patrice Bergeron was winning that, right? He always wins that award, right? But I thought that there was no shot in hell that Lindy Ruff wasn't going to take that trophy. No shot he was losing that. But I was wrong. In what world does that make sense to you guys? Okay? Yeah, so that's my thoughts on the Mackenzie Blackwood being traded to San Jose, Taylor Hall to Chicago, and Lindy Ruff, in my opinion, being absolutely robbed of a Jack Adams Award. Absolutely robbed. And you know what? I'll say this. If New Jersey tanks this year, I will walk back everything I said, okay? I'll be the first one to admit it. But yeah, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Kind of wanted to have a little bit of a more serene goodbye to Mackenzie Blackwood. A little bit of hype for Taylor Hall going to Chicago, and then just letting out my pure animalistic rage, which you guys are getting very used to, I hope, by this point. Anyways, that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully we get the Timo Meier deal made soon. I can make a video on that. But until then, I will talk to you guys in the next one. Adios.